Fashion Insider friends, what is up? This is the Fashion Crimes podcast where I cover all things fashion, style, shopping, style inspiration, and interview incredible small business owners who are changing the fashion industry for the better. Yes, I'm the best friend you never knew you needed and the poster child for fashion over 40. And I mean, way after 40. Say it with me. Fashion and style are your friends, not your enemies. I'm Holly Cates, your favorite personal stylist, and let's keep it real, the only Holly you need to know. Turn it up, because I got a lot to say, and I am super stoked you're here. What's up, everybody? How's it going? This is the Fashion Crimes podcast. I am your favorite personal stylist, Holly Cates. Duh. Y'all know I don't like it when you have other friends named Holly. I am the only one. And with me today, this week only, and last week, my fairy gay mother, my best gay, my stylist. What is up, Nolan?
I'm back by not so popular demand.
Oh my God. People are asking for you. They're like, when's Nolan coming back? Why is he so busy? I'm like, girl, please. Let me tell you, it's hard to pencil myself in on your schedule.
Well, I'm so in demand now, which honestly is so weird because I had no friends in for when I was growing up, I had no friends. Like this makes up for so much of my lost time. I was like, no one wants to be my friend. Honey, everyone wants to be my friend now because I'm a good time girl.
I mean, Nolan calls me. He goes, do you know how many bitches want a piece of me? I'm like, I know you have hoes in different area codes. So many.
I have hoes in many area codes.
Many area codes. But like I say, I'm always the head hag in charge. I mean, every time Nolan makes friends with someone new, he's like, oh, I met this girl. She's amazing. But I'm like, I'm 80% happy for you. He's like, don't worry. She's not coming for your crown. Don't worry.
Right?
Right. All right. So Fashion Week Part 2. We made it up to Sunday when we went to Frederick Anderson, which was completely fabulous. And you loved it because you said the room was packed, that there was no celebrities there. It was just everyone on the fabulous radar.
Oh, yeah, it was fabulous. There was a very, very famous socialite sitting across from us dressed like she was in the fucking Matrix. It killed me. She had the sunglasses on and everything.
Who was it? I don't know. I don't know who these people are.
She's just a very big socialite. I'm not going to call her out publicly. That would be uncouth of me.
Oh, because you're so couth.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
People say you're out of touch with your very expensive handbag and your floating zip code.
And my floating zip code, exactly, right? I mean, isn't this what everyone dreams of?
Nolan is currently, we're not there, and Nolan is currently keeping the fort down. That's okay.
I'm holding down the fort in New York City while I am preparing for my journey to Milan on Monday.
OMG. Before we get to that, while Fashion Week is fresh on our mind and you're jumping the next plane, we need to talk about the Fashion Week. Okay, so Monday was Valentine's Day, and we went to Alexander McQueen. We played around. We tried on some fabulous things. You got a Valentine.
I got a Valentine.
That was so nice of me. God, I'm so nice.
You got drunk at the plaza.
I did get drunk at the plaza.
Which I live for.
Which is besides the point. And Nolan's like, I just need to not talk to anybody. So can we go to the plaza and not talk?
No, we had a really great time.
No, it was nice.
It was like old Holly and Nolan. It was nice. It was old Holly and Nolan are back. We just got to chill. It was so great. That was one of the best moments of my week for sure.
It was fun. I will say I like having Fashion Week during Valentine's Day because it just makes people come back to like reality. It makes everyone in a good mood.
Unless you're miserable and lonely like me.
And you are not lonely. You have more people to shuffle around. It's just they're all women. And so that's depressing for you, but it's all right.
Mildly, it's fine. No, I mean, listen, the whole dating thing is very foreign to me, but I'm working it. I'm making it work, allegedly.
What was it? You're like, Mary and Erica say, I need to make myself less emotionally available.
Yes, I have been told that several times, actually. So I'm working on that right now.
Nolan's like, I didn't text him back. I'm like, why? He said, because I need to be less emotionally available. I'm working on that.
Also, can we talk about the fact that my date likes Holly better than me?
I mean, what? Like, that's weird? I mean, I am not surprised.
It actually was very sweet. The first night after we left the party, he's like, "You're very lucky to have someone like that in your life." I said, "You're very right. I am very fortunate."
I love him.
So it was very sweet. He's like, I am obsessed with her. She's so cool. I'm like, yes, I'm aware. I'm like, do not tell her.
I am very receptive to compliments. Thank you very much.
Well, that's the problem.
I know. Look, my fan club I have a few gays, but not really up to your level. Not that I speak to 7 times a day, which is, people say we're codependent, whatever. I mean, well, whatever that means. So Monday, Nolan was carting Candance around to all the shows that I didn't get into. Completely rude, but I do love her. So y'all had a lovely time. What'd you do? Markarian?
Yeah. So Monday, one of my favorite designers at the moment is Markarian, which is this sort of it's a New York brand that sort of, for me, it's like Victorian inspired, like party girl almost. It's so glamorous. And the designer, I put Candance in a Markarian dress for the premiere event, just like that. And I remember the designer and the woman who owns the PR company that represents them were both just so kind to me about it and said thank you so many times, that were just so sweet, that I was like, I will do whatever I can to always support you guys, because you're just so lovely. And not that my support means that much, because I'm not that big of a deal, but I'm like, you guys have been so lovely to me. Like, I'm always going to try to do whatever I can to be lovely to you. And I just adore them.
We love people who aren't dicks.
We love people who aren't dicks. You know what it is? One of them is Southern.
Duh, of course.
So I ended up going to the PR woman's birthday party, and the designer was there, and she marches the designer over. Allie, this is Nolan. He put Candance in your dress. And she practically like jumped on. She gave me the biggest hug. She's like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. She was so thankful. And I loved her. So of course, when they asked to have Candance and I at the show, I said, of course, we would love to come. And they would, dressed her in the most spectacular dress and put her in some really fabulous shoes. And we had our girl Allison do her face, which obviously she looked, the makeup, it was spectacular. It was perfect for the dress.
And then what'd y'all do that night?
No, so that was Monday. And so we went to the Markarian Show. It was at the St. George or Prince George Ballroom on 27th Street. And it was just one of those shows. I was talking with another friend of mine, and we both agreed that it was probably the most perfectly put together show either of us has seen in years, from the venue, the flowers, the seating, the crowd, the clothes, the soundtrack. Everything was just perfect. And it was very glamorous. The hats, the jewelry, the prints, and the evening dresses. It's a very formal wardrobe. It's not stuff you're going to wear to the grocery store, but it's beautiful, beautiful stuff. And what I love about Allie is that she does a lot of bespoke. So you can go to her and say, I want these shorts. I want them in this fabric. I want, And even so, I was telling Holly, I'm like, there are these shorts she did in 3 colors that have your name all over them. She's really amazing. So we ended up going backstage after the show and meeting her. And she had a moment with Candance, which was, thankfully I got it on camera, but Candance was like saying, this is what, Carrie Bradshaw should be wearing in the new show. This is like designed for women like me. She goes, like, your clothes are for a modern Carrie. And Allie is like tearing up. She's like, this is, you're so special. It was just such a moment. And afterwards she said, thank you so much for coming, Nolan. This has been amazing.
Look at you making fashion miracles happen.
Well, it wasn't me. Listen, she is a genius. And I think that it's a brand that needs more visibility. Obviously they're killing it right now. They're on top of the world. But I think everybody should know her stuff. It's just spectacular. I don't know what it is. It just has a magic to it. And I think you're like this too, that when someone is really, really kind to you and seems genuine and driven and just real, I want to help them.
I do too. That's how I feel.
I want to be as involved as I can. So I'm like, that's why I'm telling you, you should go and get these shorts, because you always need shorts that are good. And you're like, that's like one of your areas where you're like stress about is shorts. I'm like, these shorts are perfect. Go to Allie.
Right.
Candance wants to go on Drew Barrymore in a couple weeks. Let's go to Allie, because she's been nothing but kind to me. And I want to extend the same to her. I just cannot say enough lovely things about her. So that was, I think, the only show I went to that day.
How many times did you cry on Valentine's Day? I don't think you cried at all. Did you?
No. I actually didn't this time, which was great. I dropped some stuff off. I went to Bloomingdale's. And then what did we do?
To decompress.
Decompress,
yeah.
As I do.
Mm-hmm.
And what did I do next?
So Tuesday, we went out with the Benettis to dinner. We went to Jean-Georges restaurant, Jojo's, which was delicious.
Oh, I love it there. It's so cute, isn't it? A little townhouse.
Oh, it was so great. Went to Jojo's. Then on Tuesday, we had a packed day. First of all, we have a new person in our posse, our bestie, Michelle. She tagged along with us this week.
Best.
The best. So on the 15th, we went to the Art of Rodarte. So it was a presentation in the back of Spring Studios. We went and they were freeze modeling, and I saw your bestie, Mandy. She had on sequin pants. To die.
Mandy is a content creator who also, her shtick is she's your virtual BFF, which I just love. She's so positive, and she just has the best personality of anybody I've ever met. She's just a ball of joy and sunshine and happiness. And it just it kind of radiates around her. I just love it. And she's so fabulous. So I got to see her this week because I haven't seen her really much since last Fashion Week. So that was really great.
So she was there, and Nolan, she had the hard round pocketbook. It looks like a disco ball with the fringe. What was that?
Rosantica, yeah. It looks like Rosantica. I don't know if it is or not, but yeah.
Oh my God. And you know me, I don't like a molded purse like that, but it was next level. Let's just
It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous.
It was gorgeous. And she is so lovely. And let me tell you how fabulous Mandy is. When I said there was another model we saw later, and I said, oh my God, I love those shoes. She goes, oh my God, they're blah, 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 blah shoes. Next thing I know, she emails me the link. I said, girl is on top of it. Like, she knows. That was the fastest brand turnaround I've ever seen. Anyway, love Mandy. Then Michelle and I went to Colin Lacasio, which was quite whimsical and fun. Not our age group, but it was really cool because Michelle has a daughter. And I was like, oh my God, this would look great on Isabella. This would look great. This would look amazing. And that was a presentation. That was really cool. And then we went to Ruby's afterwards. You're 80% happy for us. We went to Ruby's.
I fucking love Ruby's.
We had the banana bread.
With passion fruit butter. Oh,
I know. It was so good. And then as a team, the dream team, we all went to Proenza School or Showroom. So much fun.
So my day started with Penny, who I've worked with for, oh my God, almost 7 years now, who owns Luxury Next Season and is a content creator. And we were going to go to the Art of Rodarte, and we get down there and they were giving us crap about the COVID tests because you have to be boosted or have a negative test. Well, I can't be boosted yet because I got COVID in December, and I was supposed to get my booster on a Friday. I got COVID on that Tuesday, so I couldn't get it. And I took a test. They're like, you can't take it. You have to take it in front of us. I'm like, well, I just fucking did it in the car on the way here. It was a whole thing. We ended up being late. So we ended up going to this really adorable little cafe in Tribeca. We sat there, and then I said, Penny, why don't we just go shopping? So she goes, yes, I want to go to see Delroy, who is her sales guy at Fendi, because Penny's a very big customer of Fendi. So we decided we go to the Real. She finds a really cute sweater. We putz around for a little bit. We were laughing. We were just having a good time. And then we go to Fendi, and she buys 2 of the most exquisite coats I've ever seen. She's the only person I know who pops in to say hello and spends $11,000. But
however,
she does it well.
I'm still chatting over the first coat she bought. Can you please explain?
The last time we went to Fendi, which was not even a month ago, she bought a floor-length white fur coat that has black silhouettes drawn on it.
It is, I can't, and I don't even like real fur, but it is to die.
It's today. Well, it's shearling, so it's not as bad, I don't think, but
right. Valid.
That was amazing. And then we had lunch and we talked about some future plans and everything. So I thought that was totally normal.
We went to the Asian Fashion Collective, and let's talk about how we had a love-hate relationship with it.
Here's what happened. So on Thursday night, the week before, I had invited this guy to come with me to a daily front row party. And then, all of my friends were there. So we saw Erica and a bunch of other people. And we ended up going and having empanadas afterwards with my friend Erica, because it turns out they live in the same building. So while we're sitting there, Erica and I both get invited twice to the Asian Fashion Week. Not once, twice.
I know. And so did,
yeah. Separate invitations. And we said something and I was like, vote. Erica's like, let's vote. Should we go? And this guy was like, yeah, I mean, I would I'll go. I want to go. That sounds fun. And I was like, honestly, no. And then Erica outvoted me. Because listen, I've become kind of a princess. I mean, Fashion Week is a lot of fun for me, but it's also a lot of work. And so if it's a designer I don't really care about anymore, I'm like, do I really want to go? So I said, fine, let's go. And then I got to invite my friend Gabby, who...
love her, by the way. Love her.
She's fabulous. And it was her first fashion show ever. And I was so glad that I got to do that with her and for her. It was really amazing. We all ended up going to the show. And it was kind of funny that everyone went. So you and Michelle went.
Oh my God. It was mobbed. It was fucking the president was in there. It was crazy.
Mary went. Mary brought a friend. Gabby was there. This guy I was hanging out with and I were there. It was great. the show was fucking weird, but it was, we had a good time. And it's just nice to be back, the energy is not quite the same because the seating is so reduced, but it was just nice to be back.
So Asia Fashion Collective had, the first designer was Yuni Ichikawa, and the second one was Coco Tono. And then it got progressively less weird throughout. Another one was Glenda Garcia, I think, or Garoria. Anyway, those were a few of the designers there. They had like 5 designers, and it got really fucking weird. I think Sungju was the weirdest, let's be honest, because it was all sleeping bags on your head, around your feet. Somebody couldn't see at one point. It was a little homeless chic, if you ask me.
Right. Well, honestly, though, it was fine. So then afterwards, we all sort of went our different ways. So I went, Sky and I went to the Crosby Street Hotel bar, which is obviously one of my favorites. I did something totally normal on the way there. I just, having lost all this weight, I'm not used to being cold all the time. And I just have tried not to be cold all the time. And it's just not working. I love my beautiful coats, but none of them keep me warm. So finally, we're like walking down on Broadway in Soho, and I'm wearing this gorgeous McQueen coat. And I just turn to him and I'm like, do you mind if we pop into Bloomingdale's really quickly? I'm fucking freezing. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I literally walk in and I've got like my huge Dior tote bag and like this ridiculous coat on. I like throw the coat on the rack, put the bag on the floor, put a Canada Goose on, and I go, I'll take it.
How long have you been looking for this?
Because I didn't want to pay full price, but I had a lot of points and I had a gift card from the holidays. And so it only cost me, it was a few $100s, which for that coat
my points, but it's okay, girl.
Listen, my price is high, but I get the job done. And so he just looked at me like I had 10 heads, and I'm like, what? Like, this isn't normal. Like, it's not normal to buy a Canada Goose on a date. Like, is this not normal? So of course I told everybody that night, and Erica just goes, Nolan, never change.
Right. And, Nolan shops for me and he's like, ooh, all those points. I'm like, fuck you. Give me my Bloomingdale's points back. He's like,
I was like, and then my usual response is, are you going to put those in your Birkin? Like, fuck off.
That is not funny. Valid, whatever. So you took, anyway, it looked really good on you. Your coat, because you love a navy moment. You love a Montclair. You tried on Jonathan's. You're like, I don't like it. It's this, it's that. And then you're like, you know what? I hate being cold. So I'm going to get one.
I'm just tired of being cold. So yeah, so that's what I did.
Tuesday was a big day. And then we were very happy. We rounded out the week with Claudia Li. That was the only show that we had. And it was, Nolan, can I start wearing Claudia Li? I'm loving her stuff this season.
It was really beautiful. And
beautiful.
Yeah, it was great. And it was nice because the PR company that I really love, the one who represents Markarian, has a partnership with another PR company and was aiding in that show. And so while I was standing there, while Holly was busy being front row, I was standing in the back talking to Listen, I was talking to the PR girls because I was they were like, oh, go get a seat. I'm like, no, I'm talking to you guys. So I was talking with them. And it was fabulous. I really enjoyed it. And they said, oh, we're having a presentation in 15 minutes. Are you coming? I was like, girl, yes, y'all forgot to invite me. They're like, we're inviting you now.
What was the designer?
I think it's called Daenerys, New York.
Yeah. That was cute. Different.
And it's this fabulous designer. I think her name was Natasha. She's just fabulous. I adored her. She was so nice. And she walked through the collection. It was fabulous. She is from India, but she grew up in Australia. And then she moved to Connecticut, was in boarding school. And so she had like a lot of sort of global influences.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, and that was very evident in all the clothes. So I really enjoyed that too. So then Holly left us because she had to pack for her little trip south of the border.
Yeah, and Nolan kept saying, Nolan is the kind of friend where you sit down and you're like, okay, I gotta go. And you're like, okay, just can you give me 5 more minutes? Okay, I gotta go. Okay, can you just give me another 10 minutes? And it's like my friend Kim, who's my client, who I loved, adore. Like, we've been friends since we were 16 years old. She moved her family to Atlanta. And so when I come to her house, I say, Kim, I have to leave at 3. She goes, okay, that means 3:40, right? Like, she's worse than you. But you're always like, can I give another 10 minutes? And I'm like, Nolan, I have to go. So then I left you and Michelle.
Yeah, well, Michelle and I had a great time. But this was also like, it was just nice because it was like, those were the days that I didn't have clients. So it was like the old Holly and Nolan were back.
Right. I hear you.
It was nice.
It's sad when I leave. I get it. It's sad. And I'm like, I'm not going to see you he's like, I don't want to talk about that.
And then the last night was Wednesday night. I took, my friend Jillian came to sort of rescue me a little bit. And we took Candace to the Blondes. And the Blondes show was not quite as bold as it usually is, but it was still fabulous.
There was a lot of ass. I heard a lot of ass.
And then we went to the after party where I hung out with Erica and, my friend Lara, Pretty Connected, was there. Our friend Aaron, who's an editor, was there. And we had a great time together. We danced a little bit. We had way too much tequila. And we went to a Mexican restaurant afterwards and ate nachos until 2:00 in the morning. It was lovely. I highly recommend it.
Because Nolan will fuck up a bowl of cheese. Okay.
I do enjoy a bowl of melted cheese. It has to be said.
I mean, going to a Mexican restaurant with Nolan, it's an adventure. I mean,
I love Mexican food.
I love it too. And it's not something that I am sad to admit. I'm happy to admit. And let me tell you, Jonathan makes me eat guacamole now. And I still think it tastes like nothing. Avocados have zero taste.
No, but if you add enough lime and cilantro and everything, it's fabulous.
It's fabulous. So Nolan, I give this fashion week a solid 8.5 out of 10. And I will tell you, Michelle was the cherry on top.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Her and I got to have some really fun time together after, what was it? It was after Claudia Li. Her and I had lunch and we went shopping together. And we got to sit, we probably were at lunch for 2 hours, just, yapping away. And it was just so great.
And can you explain why Fashion Week's so hard, but it takes a certain kind of person to be able to hang. If you can hang with us, you're hanging with the big dogs because you don't get to go run home and rest. You don't get to go home and change your shoes. No, bitch, you're in. You're in.
We're a whole lot of crazy. Listen, in Fashion Week, you have to be okay with being treated like shit. Everyone being mean to you, everyone rejecting you, people being fake, all of it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And listen, we're used to it and we do it and we're fine and whatever. But it's different because I think because we're friends outside of it, we sort of have a different kind of approach to things sometimes. And people don't get our energy right away. We're very energetic. We're loud, we're funny, we're aggressive, we're all these kinds of things. And, it takes a lot for someone to be able to jump right into it.
Mm-hmm. It's tiring. Yeah, it's tiring.
And if, and it feels like, we've known her forever. So it was a really great time, and getting to sit and just chat with her and get to know her better was probably one of the highlights of the week.
I totally agree, because then I didn't have to follow your ass around and try to get in the shows that I wasn't invited to. And we are at the point in our relationship where Nolan's like, yeah, I'm going to this show and you're not coming. And I'm like, damn, really? He's like, nope, sorry. And then I say, hey, I have tickets to this. And he's like, ugh, really? And I'm like, yes, you're not going. I'll see you tomorrow. We have that relationship.
Well, we're good.
We don't take it personally. We don't
No. And I think we're happy for each other's wins. And, I think for me, it's different because from this season, half of my tickets, I'm responsible for someone else.
Right.
I'm not going as Nolan the stylist. I'm going as Nolan the stylist and the publicist and managing someone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
talent wrangler.
Yeah, exactly. Even though it's not necessarily my title, that's what I had to do. Even the first night at Christian Cowan, I was like, I love you so much. You're here. I have to work.
No, of course.
You found your seat and you were with other friends, which was great. I had to work. And then afterwards at the party, we all connected and we had the best time ever. But when I'm in that zone, it's much tougher. And, I'm very appreciative that you get that.
And when you're not wrangling me, I end up backstage because I don't know where I'm going. So
new besties. Honestly, that is a fine ass man. Holy shit.
I would not kick him out of bed for eating crackers. And also, if y'all didn't listen to the first episode of New York Fashion Week last week, go back and listen to it. Episode 79. Nolan, did you know our episodes are numbered now? Amy made me do that.
Oh, I love it.
I know. And so that was 78. This episode is number 79. So long story short, I thought Nolan rushed Candace out because didn't want to get stuck in the elevator banks. And then I was pushing. I thought I was going to the elevators and my ass ended up backstage by myself. And I ended up I looked around, there was all the makeup stations. I was like, I thought this was the elevator. Anyway, I got in line to take a picture with Christian Cowan and there you have it. So small win. Small win.
Love that journey for you.
Love that journey for me. Then they gave out Smashbox makeup kits, which was really cute. And I didn't take one because I wasn't in the front row, duh. But Candace took one, and then she couldn't see. We were in the cab, and she's like, "What is this?" So I had held the flashlight. She's like, "Holly, you can have that." I was like, "No." She's like, "I don't want it." And she's like, "Here, what is this?" "Oh no, Holly, you can have that." So I got like a nice goodie bag from Smashbox. That was a win.
Love it.
Love it. Loving that journey for us. Nolan, do you want to give a score for this fashion week? I mean, we can give a mental score and we can give an overall score for the show.
No, I think it was an 8.5 for sure. It was really nice to get to see everybody, hang out with everybody, and go to some shows I'd never gotten to go to before. It was lovely.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. What's going to make it a 10 is for me not to try so hard and get rejected, because getting rejected, it stings a little, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll be all right. I'm gonna work it out. We got to see a lot more than we thought we got to see. We were going to see, let's just say that, especially Michelle. So there's that. Anywho, Nolan, would you like to talk about your next project, or is that under wraps?
I am off to Milan on Monday for a little fun project that I will update once we get back, because I don't think I even know enough about it. Yeah.
Nolan calls me. He goes, "Are you sitting down?" I said, "No, but I can be." He goes, "Yeah, I'm going to Milan on Monday. Can I stay at your place until I go?" I was like, first of all, what are you buying for me there? A, and B, what is happening and why am I not going? So I'm not invited, but I'm okay with that because I'm gonna work it out. But that's very exciting for you, Nolan. We are 90% happy for you that will be on assignment in Milan. That is super exciting. And we expect full details. Will you come back and tell us the full details? Will you?
Yeah, I will. I mean, I will. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm sure it's going to be fabulous.
Nolan, how many turtlenecks are you bringing?
6. What, you think I haven't already picked them?
Well, and I just will say that Nolan told me that, when he talks about his outfits, he's like, "Wow, that sounds gay. Wow, that sounds gay." But I will say that he said he had a green sequin turtleneck, and it is gorge, beyond gorge. You do look like a merman, but I'm here for it.
I mean, right?
And so Nolan has a turtleneck problem. It'll be interesting to see what turtlenecks he comes back with in Milan. I mean, he's like, it's so chic. And I will say, Jonathan got a turtleneck, and it is pretty chic with his beard. Ugh.
Man in a turtleneck. I mean, listen, you got lucky. You have a very stylish husband.
Thanks to you.
Well, and you, and honestly, him, he has good taste on his own.
Yes, he does. He is a wonderful shopper, and he loves to shop very much. But Nolan, you are a lady about town today. I think you have some day drinking to do, if I'm not mistaken.
My dear, I am off to Alexander McQueen on a secret mission for you. And then I am off to my office briefly. And then I am off to Dumbo House to have some bubbles with my dear friend Jennifer. And so that's what I'm going to do. That's my day.
Nolan gets a call and is like, "I need to day drink. Will you come?" And Nolan's like, "What? Like, that's hard?"
I'm like, "I'm in."
I'll be there in 5. Turtleneck and all. Is it cold there? Are you wearing your new coat?
I am. I was freezing my tits off last night. I went to Balthazar and my coat. I was like sitting at the table with my freaking coat, like all fluffy and stuff.
Okay, Nolan, this has been Amazeballs. 2 episodes in a row, you grace us with your presence. 1 in bed, 1 laying down, and 1 not. We appreciate that.
Right?
Right? I mean, don't ever say you didn't do anything for us. Okay.
Right. Love it.
Okay. So can we talk about my secret project next time? Because we can talk about it now, right?
No, we'll talk about your secret project next time.
Next time. Okay. Nolan, please be careful. Make good choices.
I will do. I will make good choices.
3 martinis is like a girl down situation. So that's like your limit. So spread it out in between truffle pizza.
I will. I promise. No, I'm going to have a lot of meatballs.
Nolan's like, "I will fuck up a truffle pizza." Okay.
I will fuck up a truffle. Don't bring me near a truffle and fontina pizza. Do not.
Watch out. Watch out.
Brace for impact.
Nolan, this has been great. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging with us, me and Michelle, during Fashion Week. We had a blast until September. Oh my God. What are we wearing? Ugh. I can't.
So much.
Anyway, love you so much. Thank you, Nolan. Have a great day. Make good choices. Don't get in trouble.
I'll call you in 30 minutes.
Okay, call you in 30 minutes. This has been the Fashion Crimes Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We had a blast at Fashion Week. Thank you for listening to part 2. If you missed part 1, go back and listen. Our episodes are numbered now. This has been so amazing. We had a fabulous week, and let's just hope we will have an amazing, equally fabulous September. Share this with somebody you love. Give us some feedback. Email us, Holly at Fashion Crimes Podcast and Holly at Holly Cat Styling. If you know someone who needs a stylist, I do personal styling. I do virtual styling. I do corporate styling. There's not much I don't do. Consider me your Fashion Insider Bestie and join the Fashion Insider Bestie program. We love you. This has been the Fashion Crimes Podcast, and we are out.